From the outside, tension is building across the UFC's heavyweight division. At the center of the controversy is champion Tom Aspinall. Despite his rise in commitment to the organization, Aspinall is now facing growing backlash from fans and critics alike. Headlines suggest UFC President Dana White is increasingly frustrated with the uncertainty surrounding the heavyweight title. With some reports claiming his patience has worn thin, the situation escalated after accusations surfaced online questioning the legitimacy of Aspinall's injury, fueling speculation that the champion could face serious consequences.
Bully Aspinall has finally come out. Tom Aspinall is showing he doesn't care about the UFC and the UFC fans who have been giving him shit for a long time.
He's going at the fans, he's going at Dana White, and he's going at Ciryl Gane.
Let's go over what he said. Ciryl Gane is a cheater. He goes into fights looking to eye poke, back of the head shots. He even said John Jones, before he fought Ciryl Gane, called him a cheater as well. Then he says he's pissed off with Dana White. And he's also said he's got Brown syndrome, which is a pretty serious eye condition, which may involve surgery. He's not training right now. He just wants to get his eyes back to 100%.
And you know what? It's all warranted. Dana White, very unnecessary comments after that fight.
You know, he's very much been the nice guy, the polite Englishman, the gentleman. Now, he doesn't care. The gloves are off. And this Tom Aspinall is going to self-ice. And dare I say, he's going to knock out Ciryl Gane. He's coming in with a vengeance in the rematch.
Tom Aspinall went to the doctors, and the doctors has confirmed that he's got some issues with his eyeballs. He's got some soft tissue damage to the eyeballs, and that will happen when a 6'6" Frenchman sticks both of his fingers knuckle deep into your eyeballs, okay? So that's not surprising. But what is surprising is that he has something called Brown syndrome, which basically is where the eyes aren't moving in tandem with one another. So therefore, the eyes, which are basically cameras, right, for your brain, as in case you don't know, they're seeing different images. And when you see different images, you see double, or maybe sometimes the brain cuts out one of the images so that it doesn't get confusing and you don't get headaches and stuff like that. And then, of course, when you're only seeing through one eye, you have problems with depth perception.
So for Tom, unfortunately, and even his dad said this, he's like, Tom has 3 fights left on his contract, and then we're going to get a boxing super fight. We're out of here. Because think about it. Well, let's say he beats Ciryl Gane, right? So we're never seeing that again. Who else would you pay to see him fight? Now it's gonna be free on
only John Jones, only.
Yeah, so he has 3 fights left. So you're gonna get Ciryl Gane. He'll get the winner of Alex John, which happened at the White House, and then maybe fight if he loses that, which he will if it's John. If he were to lose that, he fights the loser of John versus Alex. Those are your 3 fights from Tom, and then you go to box. Because let's say he re-signed for 6 fights. Who are you gonna watch him fight? Volkov already beat him.
Are you
Pavlich already beat him.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades beat him.
Yeah.
Almeida, he doesn't deserve to be in the top 5. Acosta, those top fucking, besides Curtis Blades, 2 through 15 aren't even in the top 25 of this 2015. So for Tom, he was born at the...
While speculation about stripping the title continues to circulate online, the frustration surrounding the heavyweight division is very real. UFC President Dana White's concerns didn't begin with the recent eye poke incident, but stem from a long-standing title situation that became increasingly difficult to manage. When John Jones stepped away for more than a year, Tom Aspinall filled the void as a reluctant champion, while a highly anticipated super fight quietly collapsed. Throughout the uncertainty, Aspinall remained professional, staying active, accepting backup roles, saving cards, and stepping in wherever needed, including a matchup with Ciryl Gane that was viewed more as damage control than a defining moment. What was meant to stabilize the division instead added another complication to an already tense heavyweight title picture.
Action to the eye poke and how it all went out.
I mean, I feel the way everybody feels. Great showing, shitty ending, you know?
It would seem obvious that a rematch is right on the cards. Would you like to just rebook these guys as soon as Tom is able to get back in there?
Yeah, total pain.
Other than saying, the amount, saying it's on me, it's my bad. A little surprising. It's what, 5 months later and they haven't met, they haven't talked. Like you would think, hey, can we meet? I'll fly to Vegas. Let's go out. I'll meet you in your office anytime you're ready. I'll fly to any event, whatever. Would suggest, I don't know if you guys feel otherwise, would suggest Dana was pretty pissed that he gave him his word and he backed out on the word. That's what it seems like to me. But he's continuing with this thing that he wants to be on the White House card. He wants to make it up. He wants the opportunity. Now, he doesn't want the fight. To the best of our knowledge, they never talked about an Alex Pereira fight. They wanted him to fight Tom Aspinall. And he had agreed, and then he reneged. And so there's no indication. One would think that they would see the light and say, hey, Pereira versus Jones makes a lot of sense. Jones isn't holding up a division. He doesn't have to fight anyone in particular. And Pereira could just move up and give up that title. And we could do Yuri versus Carlos Alberg. One would think that they would be interested in it. The question is, can Dana get over his disappointment, his anger towards John reneging on his word? But this was kind of the first time that John confirmed that, yes, he did in fact give his word, and he did back out.
Just think about the way that Dana White talks about Conor and his participation in this card, which is where we're in lockstep. We're talking to Conor every day. It seems like there's that, and then there's the John Jones where it's like, don't want to talk about it. John Jones is the only one talking about it, completely one-sided. To me, John Jones feels like the break glass in case of emergency option for the UFC, right? Like if Conor can't do it, then you get over it, you swallow your pride, and you hit up John Jones. But until Conor McGregor's out, I feel like John's on the out.
The other part of this eye is blurry, but the main thing that's bothering me at the minute is double vision.
When he's looking up and in, the left eye is going up and in extremely well. The right eye is kind of stopping. You see how the right eye is just not as high up as the left, and that's a restriction. So the eye wants to go and he wants to track it, but the more I do this, the more he's going to start aching in that upper inner aspect. And what he's going to do is, if he's in a fight situation, he's not going to be dealing with it. He doesn't want the ache in the eye, and he also doesn't want to have double. So what he's going to do is tilt his head. So that's on that side. If you look at the left, which should be matching it, so you're looking across, up as much as you can, and you can see how, again, with the right eye it's up and out, but the left eye is just not able to go as extremely up as possible.
When I got poked in the eye, obviously, and then people were like, his eye wasn't even red. Does your eye always go red when there's something wrong, or is that?
You can absolutely lose your vision without having a painful red eye. So you don't need a red eye to have blurred vision at all. So no.
Yeah. So how long till I can train properly, spar?
It's a long road ahead, but the prognosis is guarded at the moment. I would recommend that you wouldn't fight.
Severe and well-placed eye poke brought the fight to an abrupt end, and the reaction quickly shifted against Tom Aspinall. Fans criticized him, fellow fighters questioned him, and commentators framed the stoppage as a lack of toughness. UFC President Dana White, already strained by ongoing issues in the heavyweight division, added to the controversy when he said Aspinall decided not to continue, a remark that fueled widespread misunderstanding. In reality, Aspinall was dealing with vision loss and neurological symptoms tied to a potentially serious injury. He later addressed the situation in a video update, explaining that the eye poke caused his eyes to fall out of sync, leading to headaches, dizziness, and concerns about long-term damage. As more details emerged, the narrative shifted, raising questions about the initial criticism and how quickly conclusions were drawn.
I feel as Tom's a great athlete, but I do feel like he's a one-trick pony.
When you look at people talking shit online of like, oh, he's ducking this guy or he's dodging this guy, they haven't seen the work that you've done in the past and how dominant you've been. We know you're not ducking this guy. I mean, talk to me about what you saw in his fight with Gane. I mean, because Gane looked like he was controlling the fight.
With Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
I believe that his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is incredibly overrated. He has a beautiful 1-2. I got to learn a lot about his patterns in his last fight. Beautiful 1-2. That's really about it. He couldn't touch Cyril Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He was shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him.
That jab.
He busted him open.
He was so comfortable.
I think Tom was looking for a way out, and he took it. He needs to change his game plan.
When Tom gets hurt, he's like immediately incapacitated. It's like, you poke my eye.
He never tried to look. It was rag on the eye immediately. He doesn't have the dog in him.
Can't wait to see you compete the White House. Can't wait to see it.
I know. I really hope it happens. Dana, bro, please, I'm training. I feel great. I'm healthy. And I'd be so honored to represent our country and do what I do best.
Pressure has now shifted squarely back onto UFC President Dana White, as questions grow about why a champion who repeatedly stepped up, saved events, and showed unwavering loyalty was met with skepticism instead of support. Fans have drawn comparisons to past heavyweight tensions, pointing to Francis Ngannou's departure, Jon Jones' prolonged absence, and a history of strained relationships at the top of the division. As online speculation spiraled from false claims of a stripped title to accusations of a fabricated injury, the noise only intensified scrutiny on the UFC's handling of the situation. Medical experts have since emphasized the seriousness of Aspinall's eye injury, raising concerns the organization could risk losing one of its most promising heavyweight champions. Not due to refusal to compete, but because he fought through an injury no athlete should ignore. Now, Aspinall is no longer staying silent, pushing back against what he sees as a false narrative and defending his reputation, signaling that when he returns to the octagon, it will be with something to prove beyond a title, his legacy.